Hi everyone, my name is Krishna Patel, and I'm going to be talking about building emotional intelligence through a team exercise. Emotions can drive a person's decisions, feelings, and behaviors. Research has shown that recognizing and understanding one's own emotions as well as others' emotions is positively correlated with this team's success. In other words, communication and collaboration skills can promote overall team learning. The learning outcomes to this exercise will hopefully promote communication, cooperation, problem solving, reviewing, and overall mental toughness. The purpose of this activity will also help improve emotional intelligence by stimulating relationships within team members and for the team members to actually become socially aware of their own emotions as well as the others around them. According to an article that I read, it says within simulated workplace groups, people can identify more readily with business scenarios. And by participating in joint problem solving through dialogue and reflection, they can directly experience emotional learning unconsciously and intuitively. To prepare and set up this exercise, the facilitator or the leader will need about 5 minutes to set up. The whole task takes about 20 to 30 minutes, following a 20-minute discussion used for the debriefing period. All you need is index cards. It does not have to be index cards. It can be a sheet of paper or post-its, just something that you can write on. What you're going to do is randomly split groups up into an even number of people on each team. If your team has 10 people in a group, it would be comprised of two teams of 5. For the purpose of this activity, we will say that there are 8 people in a group. In this case, it would be comprised of two teams of 4. It would have to be an even number of people in order to perform this exercise. So the number of people that, in layman's terms, the number of people that are joining, it has to be an even number. Now, this may be a little confusing to explain, so I'm hoping that the visuals will help. Based on the number of people you have on each team, the facilitator will need an index card for each participant, plus an additional index card. For the purposes of this activity, we already said there's 8 participants, so the facilitator will need 9 index cards. If you have 10 participants, the facilitator will need 11 index cards, and so on. Each card will have a letter, A, B, C, D, or a number, 1, 2, 3, 4, with one index card blank. The facilitator will then use the index cards, so I like to call them place markers, to set them up in a line with the additional index card in the middle. So if you look at the diagram, you can see that there are 8 people on the line, and it's A, B, C, D, the blank space, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. Um, each team will stand on an index card that has either a letter or a number on the index card. That will be your team. Each team will face the empty index card in the middle. For example, the team with letters will face to the right, and the team with the numbers will face to the left. The diagram shows the depiction of what it would look like. Each circle is considered an index card. The arrows show the direction the participants are facing, and the red circle represents the unoccupied space. To make it simple, the goal of the game is for the teams that are facing each other to switch places in line. Um, the rules are also pretty simple as well. Participants may only move forward to an empty space, one participant at a time, and only one spot to a person is allowed, so that means no sharing. You can jump a single person. So if you see in this diagram, D jumped over 1, but you can only jump one person. You can't move backwards, so you can't turn around. If the team cannot complete the task in time, allow more time to be available. So this is the start. This is the starting point, and this is how you want to end. Each team has to talk with each other to figure out what's the best possible way to get to this end goal. This is just optional extensions for the exercise to make it even more difficult. That can stimulate further challenges. These can help motivate team members to accomplish the task faster or communicate in different ways. So maybe adding a time limit, blindfolding one person, making it nonverbal. All these are good communication skills for a team. When the group has completed the task, it's important to break down everyone's thoughts and behaviors towards the exercise. These are questions that are meant to stimulate further discussion on emotional awareness. This should take no more than about 20 minutes to discuss, but that is just a standard for these debriefing questions. So what's the hardest part of the challenge? What's the easiest part? Did you identify leaders on the team? Were there any verbal leaders? How was it for the person on the ends of the rows? Did anybody feel excluded? And then you can start brainstorming together on how you would do things differently. This is a YouTube video on the solution to the exercise if nobody can come up with a solution. You may watch the video. It's up to you how you want to show it to your team, and even show it to the participants once this challenge is complete or after the debriefing. And here are my references. You're more than welcome to take a look. I can get PDF copies of each besides the YouTube video. And that is all I have. So thank you, everybody, for listening, and I hope to hear feedback soon.